Big banks are in the middle of a huge bailout as the collapse of Signature Valley Bank and Signature Bank marks the second and third largest bank failures of all time. In the days leading up to the bank's demise, customers rushed to withdraw billions of dollars, which ultimately led to the bank's failure, as ultimately they didn't have enough money to pay the customers the amount of money they had in their accounts. And because of this, the federal government stepped in and made an extraordinary decision to cover all the expenses. Made the decision to cover all the failed bank deposits, even those that exceeded the FDIC insurance. At the same time, we have the Fed wavering back and forth on what they're going to do with long-term interest rates at a time when housing affordability is sitting near record lows. So what's the solution for more affordable housing? It's a 40-year mortgage, right? The Federal Housing Administration, otherwise known as the FHA, just announced that they finally approved a 40-year loan term, but it might not be what you think. Now, before we dive into the details of what the FHA actually announced, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up if you find any value in my videos at all. And also feel free to subscribe to the channel to stay updated on everything real estate related. So as the FHA came out and announced this 40-year loan term, you saw people all over the internet posting comments, especially on my videos, saying that there's now an option for a 40-year loan term. When does it become available? How can I apply for it? And I want to be very, very clear very early on in this video. There is not a 40-year loan term that you can actually apply for when getting a mortgage. FHA still only allows 30-year loan terms at the max. So what exactly is this 40-year loan term that they're talking about? Well, that's exactly what I want to talk about in today's video and tell you why you're not likely to see a 40-year loan term anytime in the near future. So what exactly did FHA announce when they came out and announced this 40-year loan term? Well, it had to do with loans that were in default and giving FHA an opportunity to modify that loan from 360 months, which is 30 years, to a term of 480 months, which is 40 years. This in turn gives the homeowner, the borrower, a lower monthly payment, and in theory, a better opportunity to repay that loan. In fact, the FHA goes on to say the 40-year loan modification can assist borrowers in avoiding foreclosure by spreading the outstanding mortgage balance over a longer period, thereby making monthly payments more affordable, essentially giving FHA homeowners another bailout, if you will. But for most of you listening here today, you don't care about loan modifications. You want to hear about a 40-year loan term because you're looking to make housing more affordable. And by getting a 40-year loan term, that would not only allow you a better opportunity to qualify for a mortgage, but would also allow a lower monthly payment. But unfortunately, I'm here and I have to be the bearer of bad news. See, here's the thing. A 40-year loan term doesn't meet the guidelines for a qualified mortgage by the CFPB. According to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, a qualified mortgage is a category of loans that have certain less risky features that help make it more likely that you'll be able to afford the loan. They go on to say a lender must make a good faith effort to determine that you have the ability to repay your mortgage before you take it out. This is known as the ability to repay rule. If your loan is a qualified mortgage, it means the lender met certain requirements and it's assumed that the lender followed the ability to repay rule. So in short, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, the largest buyer of institutional loans out there for mortgages, only buy qualified mortgages. And as you can see from this list here, any term greater than 30 years doesn't meet the guidelines for a qualified mortgage, which means that Fannie and Freddie aren't going to buy that loan, which in turn means that no one out there is going to do those loans, making it near impossible to find a lender that will do a 40-year loan term. Now, with that said, you might be able to find a portfolio lender, you might be able to find a non-QM lender out there that offers 40-year loan terms. But chances are, if you do, it's going to come with a much higher rate and much higher fees to be able to get that mortgage, more or less canceling out any additional affordability that longer loan term creates. So in short, if you thought FHA was bailing you out by giving you a longer loan term, unfortunately, it's not happening. Those are only for those that are getting loan modifications. So if you're currently in default on your FHA mortgage, then there's a possibility that you could talk to your lender about extending your loan term once this option becomes available sometime in early May. But for those of you still looking to buy, looking to use an FHA loan, want more information on how the process works, do me a favor and check this video out here.